Good morning. Anybody here? Hey, those of you that are watching this, I absolutely applaud, appreciate, and thank, because this is number 6 in our series that I called Emerging Leaders. Because these are the leaders that are either brand new and you want to know how to lead, and I want to take all the guesswork out for you. That was my intention. Or for the leader who's been stuck for a while and wants to relaunch. So whether we're launching or relaunching, pretty much hopefully everything I spoke to you about is tools so that you really know what's next. Sorry. Got a little thirsty there. Good morning. Hi, Jerry. Yay, I'm so excited to have you here. Anyways, just want to thank you all for being here, and the good news is I was able to upload all these videos, and this one I will when I'm done today to YouTube, so even for the few people who didn't catch us live on Facebook can go back and watch, because really this is for the emerging leader. This is for the brand new leader who says, I want to do doTERRA as a business. What do I do? And we went step by step over the basics of how to build a team. So I'm using my passion this morning. Not that I need it, because I'm very passionate about this subject. If you were with me and watched last night's video, that was probably my favorite of all, because that smells good. I love talking about leadership. I love helping people. I love watching people be empowered. But you know from watching by now, I love running with the people that are running with me. So I really thank you for being with me. And today we're just going to do kind of a recap of everything. It's going to be really quick. And then we're going to end with, how to get to 6 weeks in Elite. Now, is there anything magic about 6 weeks? Heck no. Might some of you take 90 days? Might some of you take a year? Absolutely. But everything we've talked about are the tools to how you can do it. And obviously, you take the tools, and if you want to accelerate because financially you want to get there faster, then do all these things and multiply it, and you will get there faster. If you have another job and you have other, life stuff going on like most of us, then you can use these tools and do it at a slower pace. But this is how to get yourself or somebody on your team to Elite. And again, the reason why Elite's such a magic goal is because it takes 3 Elites to make a silver. So that would be each person. Elite is 3,000 in volume, so each person having 3,000 in volume, and that would get you to silver, or the person you're helping on your team get to silver from them helping 3 people get to Elite. So the goal really is always to motivate, encourage, help, and look for 4 people. And the reason we say 4 because 3 is what it takes, and then the 4th one gives you a little grace. So it's a good idea to always look for 4 builders. And then of course, to get your way to diamond, you're going to need 4 legs anyway. So let's talk about, I wrote down, and I'm going to post this when I'm done, but if I had to say 10 points of what we learned over these last 5 days was, number 1, I'm going to start and end with a why. And I challenged you to write out your why and really know why you're doing this and what you want from it. I've always said when I teach people things, I like to end it with, so what? So what happens if you get what you want? And morning, Gwen. Morning, Kelly. Yay, I love that you guys are here. So anyways, it's really important to know why you want what you want. What will it provide for you? And those kinds of things will help you stay when the going gets rough. It's like, why do I want this? What's the end result? So you need to start and end with your why, and why is that important? Okay? And then anyone can do this. And I'm not being pie in the sky here. I'm being serious. Anyone can do this. We've talked about the tools. We've talked about being the unique you. So basically, it just comes down to how bad do you want it. So anyone can do this. And remember, I talked about the different diamonds that we saw on the stage, all giving their points. I saw about as many different personalities as there are, and I really was encouraged. Wow, if they can do it, I can do it. So I want you to think the same thing. And then, I reminded you, but we do have to treat our doTERRA business like a real job. And though it's an absolute privilege to be able to work from home, I was mentioning to you some of my challenges of working from home and getting sidetracked or doing this one more thing around the house and not taking my my doTERRA time seriously and my follow-up time seriously. So just remember, if you're here because you're wanting to grow a business, do take it serious like it is a real business, okay? And then spend a little time each day doing some kind of following up or reaching out. And we talked about, people call it different things. Jolie calls it her power hour. I like, and I have a little note on my desk, share success or edge success. I can't even give credit to the right place right now. But anyways, they call it pipes, 5 pipes a day. And number 1, P is for prepare, I is for invite, P is for present, E is for enroll, and S is for support. So those are the 5 pipes a day. So I just keep this taped to my desk so that I can remember. So whatever it takes for you to do something every day, and this is, again, goes back to your time frame, but if you could think about just contacting 2 people a day, and it's not always your prospects, it might be 2 team members, just to encourage them, tell them they're doing a great job, or 2 prospects, people that you've been dying to share oils with, or just 2 follow-ups. Maybe there's new people on your team, might need a little help, and I reminded you, please be looking in your back office in your detailed genealogy, because the big, huge red flag is when, because it shows you the last 3 months of their purchases. The huge red flag is when you see that 2 months in a row they've had the same order. That definitely means they, for whatever reason, haven't had time to edit their cart, don't know how to edit their cart, don't know what to do with their oils. So this is a person who you're going to try to save this, because it's normally meaning when you see the same order in a row that there's some form of frustration going on there. So please reach out to them. And then I talked about classes are the key to growing your business. And I talked about how I just came off Diamond Club, and yeah, there were some free incentives and things like that, but that I didn't really think that was the key. Bottom line, classes are key. Obviously, it's just a rule of numbers. It's just, that's all it is. And so the more classes you do, the more people you're going to attract and be able to share the wonderful healing benefits of essential oils. So classes are key. And remember, a class can be 2 to 3 people sitting around your kitchen counter, or 2 to 3 people meeting at your local Starbucks. Just that can be a class. A class is just sharing your love and passion for essential oils. And then I talked about last night, and I hope you guys got to join me. I talked about how Amy Grant sang a song about being a fat baby, and how I applied that to us in our oil business. And I don't want to just attend and learn and grow and go to conferences and read good books, but I want to get off my little fanny and do something and share. So hope you're with me on that, and I didn't hurt your feelings. But I'm talking to myself here as well, and so I want to be well-rounded, and I want to give back. And then I reminded you that the resources are out there, and so not to play the blame game. And we all know we're leaders here, and leaders can find their answers. There's resources everywhere, and you have local resources, and you have not just me, but you have your leader and different leaders that are around. And I'm guaranteeing you this is not even 99%, this is 100%. You reach out to your leader, they'll be there for you, because we're dying to run with you. But most of the time we're just looking for that person who wants to run, and we'd love to run with you. So nothing brings more joy than that. And then I just want to remind you that you are exactly where you're supposed to be, to bloom where you're planted. And I talked about one of the power cards last night I read to you, is just that if I can't be happy where I am, then I can't be happy with where I'm going. So let's try to solidify that and be excited about where we are, and learn the basic skills to grow our business where we are. Hi, Karen. So anyways, then I talked about the Fred Factor, and that was one of my very favorite books of all time, and it talked about this ordinary mailman, but he was anything but ordinary, and he loved what he did. And some people, we all have jokes about postal, right? But this guy found pleasure in every single customer he had, and he found pleasure and joy in helping the people that he delivered mail to. So I was encouraging us to find pleasure in what we're doing, and find joy in every moment of helping people, and every part of what we're doing, to just find your joy, find your passion, and find your good spot. And then again, end with the why. We're going to start with the why, and we're going to end with the why, because that is what's going to compel us to keep going, and that is going to remind us on days that we're discouraged, or days that, people are people, and that's just how it is. And so we're in the people business, and there's days that will be a little more challenging than the others. So just remember what you're doing. And some of you saw I reposted what a friend from here, they go to our church, and they have some kids that could really benefit from essential oils, and she has 2 autistic sons, and so I was able to share oils with her, and she posted what a huge, and these are her 2 adult sons, and they use balance and serenity, and the huge difference it made for them. So these are the kinds of things that make my day. These are the kind of days that remind me why I'm doing what I'm doing, is when I hear success stories, and we all have them. And when all you did is just share a bottle of oil and open it up and say, try it. And then you hear success stories of how a huge impact it made on people. And so that's one why, is just to give people, really, in a lot of cases, the life-saving benefit of oils. And then, I reminded you that they are, I really do believe that they're cheaper, safer, and more effective. So if you believe that, and you can just open up that bottle and let people experience that, then yeah, that's just so awesome of what we're doing. So just remember that. And then those of us, which is all of us that are here watching, is we're doing this as a business because we want to either supplement or completely replace our income, or we want to give back to causes way beyond us. And then, having this opportunity to do that, and how great that is. So again, many of us are here for different reasons. And I was thinking, and Elise talked about this too, that all of us have things we don't like to do, and there are struggles for us. Like I am organized, but I don't like organizing, and sometimes I feel very unorganized, and I hate things like filing, folding laundry. There's kind of, those are things that are irritating to me, but you got to do them, right? And there's a lot of things that some of us, if we could dream about it, and that's what I would like to encourage you to do, is dream about some of the things that, if in a perfect world you could get rid of those things and you wouldn't have to do them, how would that be, and how would that make your life differently? Well, for an example of this, Elise talked about, well, what would you do if you didn't have to do those, and how she has been able to hire people to do those things for her. And me, on a small scale basis, I have started that. I was telling you earlier in one of my videos that I have 2 helpers. I have an 11-year-old helper, Delana, that I love, and she does my stickers on the bottles, and she does all my filing, and she does all my organizing, and she does my inventory, so I know not to order the same oils over and over and over. And she's great at doing all that. And then I have a college helper, Alina, and she helps me do data entry and stuff that gets piled up on my desk, which means I don't follow up well. And remember, I talked about that, and I don't like when I don't follow up well, because that's not giving good customer service. So I have her that can do the data entry and help me get my my different groups organized so that I can follow up with people. So that's really important. So that's just a start. And then I have my daughter Kristen. She does my QuickBooks for me, and this has been the biggest blessing, because now my doTERRA expenses are organized, and at any time I or Kristen can pull reports and know where I'm at with things. So these are just 3 people that have really been a blessing to me, and that can come along on my side and help me with things. And obviously, as I grow and my income grows, I'm going to be able to get more help. And so for all of us, I know that's our goal. And for some of you that are moms and busy moms, you can't wait to earn enough money, just that you have a lot more freedom with babysitters. So again, just think through what really are time wasters for yours, and what you could do if you could hire someone to help you. So that's a lot of us, that's one of our whys. So anyways, enough about that. We were going to end today with 6 weeks to elite and what it takes. And again, you probably don't even realize this really is going to be a review, because everything I've taught you since Monday is what it takes to be 6 weeks to elite. So I'm going to use my notes here. Hey, Becky, I'm glad you're joining. I don't know if you watched last night yet to know that you won. Yay. Becky, you won an Aroma Touch Kit last night, so you better go back and watch it. And I celebrated you, how awesome you were for your 4 classes. So get a chance to catch up for last night. Anyways, so there's 5 steps to success. Number 1, you've heard me say over and over, is nothing new to you, is find your why. And then number 2 is set your goal. I mean, we have to know what we're working towards, and we have to know what your goal is. So whether your goal is 6 weeks, 90 days, 6 months, or, like a couple people on my team, they're shooting for platinum by December. Whatever your goal is, know what your goal is, write down your goal, and I'm definitely going to encourage you, share it with your leader, share it with your upline. It's really nice to be accountable for your goal. Number 3 is schedule 4 classes in a week. Okay, we've talked about this, and I'm just going to remind you, why is that so important? There was 2 great reasons that we want to schedule 4 classes in a week, because normally we wouldn't always do 4 classes in a week. That sounds like a lot. But remember, this is for the person who wants to make 6 weeks in a lead, or this is for a person who wants to relaunch their business or launch their business. The reason you're doing 4 classes is twofold. One, remember, you've already sampled, you've already invited, and you're taking away excuses, because we all have them, and legit ones, where like, maybe I have home group, or maybe I have soccer with my kids, or I have this obligation, that obligation. So if you have 4 classes right off the bat in 1 week, chances are very rare that who you're inviting can't go to one of those. And these are all 4 of the same classes. You're only inviting them to one. They get to choose one, but you're varying the classes from nighttime to morning time to a weekday into a weekend. So that's what you're doing with that. But the other reason you're doing with that, if you are a person who's helping a new leader, then by doing 4 classes and you having your upline friend come and teach them with you, the first one they're going to teach for you, the second one they're going to teach with you, the third one they probably just sit there and maybe do the close for you if you need them to, and the fourth one they're going to do nothing but cheer you on and just be in the crowd. We talked about that, and that was the whole model, mentor, motivate, and multiply. So that's why you're doing 4 classes in a week. So that was twofold. Get your people there, get you the new leader training, and also you want to start booking classes off of classes. And this is where you'd want to, hey, you already handed out a drawing slip and you said, please indicate if you're interested. It doesn't have to be an obligation. If you're interested in hosting a class, let me know, and I'm going to do a special drawing just for those people that circle yes or maybe, and I'm going to have a special gift for you. And then you're also going to have a gift for that hostess. And I'm not going to really go into that again, but just remind you, there's going to be a difference between your hostess who's just doing it for you and she's not building a business. You're going to give them a gift. If it's a hostess who's building her business, you don't need to give them a gift because you're helping them get money in their pocket. They're going to get the fast start bonus. They're going to get the enrollment, that kind of thing. But so then when you go to book classes, we go back to, I said last night, remember, we're not desperate here. They're so lucky that, we're giving them this time and we want to do this. So you already have on your phone or your calendar or whatever, the 3 dates that you are going to offer. Hey, I have these 3 dates available. You're not going to open your calendar and say, wow, check this out, 30 days and 30 days available. We're not going to do that, but that would make us look pathetic. So pick your 3 days and offer those up to do classes. So the whole reason you're doing 4 classes is to ensure a strong attendance, and then get future classes on the calendar. So those are your 5 steps to success. And then number 1, again, it's finding your why. It carries you through the hard times. So you're going to have to consistently go back to your why. And I mentioned and I showed you my book by Simon Sinek. Love him. I would highly recommend you get the book. Some of you got the book. But he talks in depth with why start with the why. I'm actually rereading it because I've had it for a while and I love it and being reminded why to do that. There's also a TED talk on that, so you can probably Google that and find that. And then set a goal. What is your goal? We're talking here about your goal is elite in 6 weeks, so write that down. And what you do your first week determines your outcome in 6 weeks. This could not be more true, and that's why I've gone in depth telling you to sample people first, and I am posting the scripts. I gave you the scripts. This is going to be imperative because you want to set yourself up for success. So you want to sample people first. So whenever you decide to kick this off, whether it's next month or the end of this month, allow yourself at least 2 weeks to sample people and then follow up with your classes. So what you do in your first week determines your outcome for 6 weeks. You're sampling people, you're inviting them to classes, you're booking classes from classes, and then you're doing your 8 continuing education classes to get them really excited about the oils and how to use them. Because every time I've seen, I'd say 99% of the time, 99.9% of the time that I've seen frustration with people or they quit ordering is because they don't know what to do with their oils. So let's set them up for success. That would be setting you up for success. So then, why is Elite the first stepping stone to success? We talked about this again. Elite is $3,000 in volume. Actually, Elite's pretty easy because it doesn't have to be any certain place. The next step after that is Premier, which is 5,000, but it's not just 5,000. It's 2 people on your team with 2,000 and 2,000. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about Elite. Elite, it doesn't matter where your volume is. You just need 3,000 in overall volume. That would be your OV, overall volume. It takes 3 Elites to make a Silver, so that's why this is a really first goal, is because Silvers start making really nice income. Silvers start earning the bonus pool. So on top of your fast start bonus, on top of your retail sales, on top of your unit level, you're also now in a bonus pool that's just for Silvers. Hey Teresa, don't worry about the 5 steps. I'll post them after I'm done with this video. So I promise. And then it takes 90 leads to make a Platinum. So Platinum, you start making some really fine money. So that's really a goal. And then it takes 12 Elites to earn Diamond. So it really is in sight. It really is achievable. That's what we're all going for. So make it easy for yourself. Just focus on Elites. You want to help as many people as possible get to Elite. And then let's talk about Silver. You know, Silver's right here, and you have 3 Elites under you. Remember, that's a 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. A Silver has 3 Elites and makes an average of 2,000 a month. Now, I made a lot more than 2,000 when I was Silver because I was pretty consistently getting my Power of 3 bonus. So your average a month is $2,000. A Platinum, where is actually where I'm at right now, but I'm not a strong Platinum. I'm a strong Gold. A Platinum's where I'm at. You have to have 3 Silvers to be a Platinum, and a Platinum, the average income is about $8,000 a month. So that's a pretty nice income. I'd say right now, because I'm not consistently Platinum, but I am consistently getting my Power of 3 $1,500 bonus, I'm averaging about $6,000 a month. So it just shows you I could do better, but that's because I'm making about $6,000 on a Gold with Power of 3. I'm getting my $1,550 Power of 3 bonus. So that's pretty accurate, these numbers on average. And then a Diamond has 4 Silvers on their front line, and they have 12 Elites because each of those Silvers have their 3 Elites. A Diamond's average income, you ready for this? Because we're all going for this, is about $15,000 a month, or $14,600. So very, very, very average income is $14,600 a month, not a year, but a month. So, woot, 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 woot. I know it's backwards, but at least you see what I'm talking about. Okay, very doable. So, back to our step 3 was to schedule 4 classes in a week. And so, for instance, it'd be something like Tuesday, I would do a 11 o'clock a.m. class, and I would do it a 7 o'clock p.m., exact same class. I love doing 2 classes in one day because I'm already set up and I can just stay set up. And then I might do Wednesday at 7 p.m., and then I'm going to do a Saturday, whether it's 10 a.m. or 3 p.m. I'm going to do a Saturday. And then those 4 classes in 1 week. You're not always going to do this. Remember, this is the week you're launching that you're going to do 4 classes in 1 week. And then from those classes, I'm going to book classes. Don't forget what we touched on too. From those classes, at every single one of those 4 classes, I am doing the, hey, if you'd like to stay after and hear the business side of doTERRA, I'm going to spend about 15 minutes talking about this. So hoping that you are also finding potential builders at these brand new classes. So then you're going to have invitations already made up. It's going to have those 4 classes. And so right off the bat, you can hand those out and be ready. So let's talk about tips for scheduling those 4 classes. Choose days and times that work the best for friends and family that you will be inviting. Okay, obviously, my age group, lots of my friends have a lot more freedom because we don't have kids. So my times might be different than the times that you moms would have, those of you that are in that stage of life. So knowing who you're inviting, knowing who your audience is, schedule class times appropriately. And then a lot of you have businesses where you get to incorporate these classes. That's awesome. So you know your target audience. Do them at your home or other people's. anywhere, all of the above. I was telling you during Diamond Club, I was running out of time and I was in town and Kelly Buchanan wanted to do another class. I had no other time. So we just said meet at Starbucks and I just set up. I didn't reserve a table. I just got there, ordered myself coffee and got my flip chart out. So you can do a class anywhere, anywhere. I want to free yourself up that a class can be at your kitchen counter. A class can be at your local Starbucks, okay? A class is anywhere. I want Diamond for you, Heidi. Anyways, choose days and times that work best for your friends. Remember that also these classes, they're dual purpose. These are also trainings for your brand new wellness advocates that want to learn to do a class. This is why, another reason we want the classes to be easy breezy. I learned the hard way. I was doing them wrong. I've scaled back. I want them as simple as possible. I want them as duplicatable as possible. One, I want anyone that's at the class to look at me and say, I can do what she's doing, and they can, and you can. Two, I don't want it to go over their head, and pretty much that's what I've always heard at every class. Even when people say, this is great, I learned so much, their eyes are still blurry, and they're like, wow, I missed so much. So I think really a class, you want to bait them with how much there is, and you just want to give them the teeniest basics, get them on board, and then do your 8 continuing education classes. And I listed 13 different options last night for classes. You choose 8 of them to get them, you know, grounded, and that's what you want to do. So anyways, this is your training. Keep the class basic. Your enroller or your upline is going to be the one that's going to help you at your first class, and then they'll stay there, you know, whatever you need through the 4th class. The seasoned wellness advocates, if you're relaunching, you're just doing this to jumpstart your business. You don't even need your leaders to show up, and you don't. There's a lot of you think you do, and you're ready. I promise you, you're ready. Remember, if you can lead, if you can lead, you can lead. If you can read, you can lead. If you can have other people read, you can lead. If you can press the play button on your TV with those videos that's in Class in the Box, you can teach. So you'll be awesome at your classes. And then there's all kinds of things that if you're relaunching your business and you want to just do these 4 to get started, this is when you could do other classes like essential oil bingo or mood management, speed oiling. We did that once with Jolie. It was really fun at the winery. We just kept moving around the tables with different subjects. That was really fun. And then a roller remedy class. There's all kinds of different options that you could do. Reach out to your leader for some ideas and some help. So number 4, to ensure a strong attendance, what do we need to do? And I have been talking lots about, you know, inviting after you sample. So there's 3 contact methods after you sample, after you got your positive response. But before you do that, remember, you already did this in the beginning. That was the first thing we did before we started this training. So hopefully you are referring back to this. Is you made your list of 100 people that, you know, you just wrote down names. You didn't even give it a lot of thought. I just wanted you to think of 100 contacts. And then I had you grade them from 1 to 4, meaning 1, maybe I don't even know where they stand on natural health, to 4, wow, this person's already into that stuff. I think they would definitely be open to it. You're rating them. And then I said, let's just start at the easiest ones. Let's start with your 4s and then start with your 3s. That's the people you're going to sample first. So you're going to make your, number 1, make your contact list of 100. Then after that is you're going to do your invitation for your classes that you've already made up, your 4 classes. You already have that good to go. You already have it on the calendar. You've already made an invitation. And then you're going to do the follow-up invite. So we know that it works best. We all forget. We need reminders. So I gave them the first invitation. Then 2 weeks or a week before, I'm going to remind them of the class. And some of you, if you're only inviting them a week before, then you're going to do this, 3 days before. And then the day before, you're usually going to remind them. And then I love 2 hours before sending them a text and saying, hey, I'm looking forward to see you, or can't wait to see you, or hey, don't forget if you bring a friend tonight, I have a free gift, or don't forget, we have a gift for everybody that attends, if you do. If you don't, say, hey, don't forget, we have some surprises in store for you, or we're doing some great drawings. Whatever it is you're doing, say that in the 2 hour before text and just say, I'm looking forward to seeing you. So that's going to ensure really strong attendance. So make the guest list of 100 or more. Make these 4 classes your your one-time invite. Blow it out. So go for it at first with your big group. Invite the world. Don't be afraid to just over-invite. You can do it. And again, it's just a law of averages. The more you invite, the better chance you're going to have to get people. And again, I don't want you to be sales pitchy. I don't like sales pitches. I want you to be authentic, you that you are, and I want it to come across in your invite why you want to share these great oils with them, and just say, hey, I'm having a little casual gathering and I'd like to share with you what I've learned about essential oils. Okay? Don't prejudge who will be interested. That's probably a big mistake I've made too. Don't get hung up prejudging. Let all the prejudgment go. Just invite away. Don't rule out some of those people that you don't know as well. That's another thing. I thought I had to just keep it in my smaller circle. You don't. So don't rule out those that you don't know as well. Just open up, make an open invite, and don't stop at 100. If you can think of more names than 100, go, 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 go. Don't stop. So contact number 1, this would be 2 weeks before a class, and this is what I would recommend 2 weeks before a class. You're inviting guests from your list of 100. Obviously, I think you're going to be more successful if you can do it in person or a personal call or even a personal email. Myself, I do also do Facebook, but it's a lot more generic. People don't feel as personal. So I would highly recommend a personal invite, and I think you'll have a better attendance from that. You can leave it, but you can do an invitation by mail, or you can leave it at their front door. And then, you know, like I said, a lot of us do Facebook invites. Just realize that it's more generic and not as personal, and some people don't even open them. So that would be your risk there. Don't forget that those who have had an oil experience before the class are most likely to enroll. So that's just statistics to show that, and the numbers show that and prove that. So that's, again, why I am such a biggie on sampling now. But again, it doesn't mean you have to. They certainly can come to a class. If you get a yes, bring them in. But pull out your oils when inviting. So you might even have the invitation to a class with a sample on it attached to it, and that would be great too. So then number 2, a week before the class, you're going to either call or text them, those that you gave the invites to, and a sample would be, because you left them a sample, hey, tell me your experience with the oil sample I gave you. Or I left one at the door, you'd say, hey, I want to make sure you got the invite I left at the door. Or if you gave them an invite in person, you might say, hey, I want to make sure you understood what I was doing and what you're invited to. So these are just sample texts of what you can say. And if you did it by email or Facebook, you'd say, did you get the invite I sent you a few days ago? So you're just doing a follow-up. Anything you can do to personalize it is always best. We want it to be not canned, not MLME. We hate that. I hate that. So everyone hates that. So make it personal. Contact number 3, the day before the class. Hey, I'm just letting you know, I'm just reminding you, or I'm just letting you know we're having a drawing for everyone who attends. Just letting you know we're having a drawing for everybody who brings a friend, or a free gift for bringing a friend. Whatever you're offering, this is the, hey, just letting you know. I'm calling to let you know if you bring a friend, you get a free gift. There will be an on-time prize for everybody that gets there by 6:15. I'm doing a drawing right at 6:15 for the people that are on time. Hey, did you know everybody goes home with a sample? And hey, did you know there's a special this month? I just wanted to let you know about that. So the very last contact will determine the whole outcome of your class. So I can't state enough how important it is for us to do that follow-up reminder call. So step 5 is to get future classes on your calendar. So I've already been a huge advocate of doing drawing slips, and the reason we do a slip for a drawing to give away a prize is because it captures their info, and that info for people who don't sign up that night, they are now your prospect, and you can follow up and help them. And I love the drawing slips have on them, like a lot of them have like, what do you need further help with, or what solution are you trying to find? And that's your great follow-up that you can help them learn more about oils. But also on the drawing, and this is really a suggestion I've heard, and so I've started to incorporate this is where you'd say, hey, let me know if you're at all interested in hosting a class. And if you could circle that now, I'm going to collect all those, and I'm going to do a special drawing for everyone that's interested in hosting a class. So it's super important to book classes from classes. You have a captive audience, you have people that are excited about oils. So your business will die if you don't continue to get future classes on your calendar. So we would really want to book classes from classes. You're using your warm market to tap into other people's warm market. I love that. I'm not a cold call person. I don't really know. Most of us don't like cold calling. So you already have interested oil users there. They're already excited about the oils, so it's much easier to book a class from a class. When you get outside of your friends and family, you become the expert. This is when your business officially starts. This is so true. I don't know what it is. There's even something biblical about sometimes a prophet not being welcome in his own town. It makes me think of that, but sometimes people that know us so well, I don't know if they take us for granted. I don't mean in a bad way. I just mean in a common way. But when you get outside of your own family and friends, you have a whole new audience that people are really excited to hear what you have to say about essential oils. So sometimes it's even easier. And so that's another reason that it's exciting to book classes from classes and get contacts that you wouldn't have had on your own. You can buy already made up from Share Success or Edge Success drawing slips. I love them. I've started to buy them just because they're super easy. But I also have them already made up in my computer. So if anybody wants that, you can email me. There's 4 up on a page, and you can just cut them. And that's really easy. And mine says it's just your basics, you know, your name, your email, and their phone number. And I usually have on mine, is it okay to text? Yes, no. And then some common, let me know what you want to know more about. Or the ones that are already made up have actual little check boxes. I want to know more about this or that. So any way that you do the drawing slips, I highly recommend you use drawing slips because you're capturing info. It's the best way to get future classes on the calendar because you have people's name and numbers and email. And then again, for those of them that marked maybe to hosting a class, then you can follow up with them and said, when were you maybe thinking about doing that? You can write the information on back as a reference when you call them later. This is, again, I have my helper Alina. This is what she helps me with, is that I have these class slips, and instead of them just piling up on my desk, which has happened, she can help me put them in emails so I can follow up. So that's why I really like the drawing slips. So how to get people to schedule a class the night of the class. Well, you have your calendar, and like I said, you have your calendar or your phone, and you have, 3 or 6 dates that you're going to offer up first, and you're not going to show them your calendar. I don't want them to see I have a calendar wide open and look desperate. I'm going to have 3 to 6 dates that I've already picked out, and that's what I'm going to offer up. And I'm going to say to them, hey, I have 3 dates available. What works best for you? And then I'm going to give them something right then with the date and the time with their class on it. I'm going to give them something as a reminder, and then tell them to look for an email from me with the invite attached. And so either you're going to make the invitation or they are, but you're just going to follow up. And again, I don't have them right here. I showed you the first night. I love using the class in the box invitation. I just take a picture of the front of it, write their info on the back of it, take a picture of that, and then that's what I send that people can either post online or text or actually send. So I would help them with that. So that would be nice to give them that. And then after that, for right now, because we're talking about launching your business, consistency. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Just follow up. So after we do this 1 week only of 4 weeks, try holding 2 classes a week. This is only because you're trying to get to elite in 6 weeks. After that, you might want to do less. But right now, we're starting off with 4 classes in a week, and then we're doing 2 classes the week after. And this is going to pretty much ensure that you can get to elite in 6 weeks. Again, if you need a slower time frame, no worries. Do this exact same thing slower, and you will get there. It'll just be a little slower. So what's the outcome going to be? Exact same thing the outcome was for me for Diamond Club, even though I told you the magic sauce was not Diamond Club. The magic sauce was classes. So number 1 is you're going to get enrollments. Number 2, you're going to get wellness advocates, the new ones that are launching with you. They're going to be trained and actively teaching classes because they've just done it with you. So you've modeled it, and then you're going to mentor them, and then you're going to motivate them and watch them go. They're going to do it themselves. And then guess what you're going to get from all these enrollments? This is huge. Fast start bonuses. Remember, you get 20% the first 60 days of everything they purchase. We love fast start bonuses. Fast start bonuses are amazing. So remember that and remember to tell people about that. The checks are great. But you're setting yourself up, or the person you're helping, for success, for a successful business. And then you know how to train your future builders. Future classes are booked on your calendar. That keeps your business growing. And then you have learned what it takes to duplicate, and you're setting up the foundation for diamond. So I would love you, if you want to have a reminder of everything I just said, Diane Shepherd. You can Google her, Diane Shepherd. I know on YouTube there is a video on 6 Weeks to Elite. It's everything I just got done talking about. It's Diane Shepherd, 6 Weeks to Elite, and she does a great training on what it takes. So again, there's no magic sauce except for just hosting classes, being yourself, being consistent, sharing the oils, following up, and I'm so excited and appreciative and thankful that you guys have been here. If you have any questions, you can comment, or you can email me or your leader, but my email is Kieski, K-E-Y-E-S-K-I, .doTERRA@gmail.com. You can email me. You can email and ask your leader any questions. And because I have so many handouts, I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to email them to your leaders, which would be Gwen, Gail, Jolie, Carrie, and Lane. And then you can get all the handouts from them. That'd probably be easiest. A few of you, I got your emails, and I'll try to send them to you as well. But the best thing is just to talk to your leader. I will send all the resources that I talked about to your leader. So hit up one of those. Oh, Heidi, I love that. Heidi said that the Fast Start bonus bought her groceries when she was really struggling. They are awesome. They are awesome. It's fun. I still have my picture of my very first Fast Start bonus because I was like, wow. And I was brand new. I mean, I only had one class that Lane taught for me. I had 4 people that signed up. And when I got my Fast Start bonus, wow, I was blown away because I had no clue what I was doing and no clue that I can even do this as a bonus. And I had Keith take a picture of me, and I still have that. It's kind of funny. It's a no makeup, messy hair day picture. But I was so excited, and I wanted to remember, like, wow, this is fun. It is fun. We can all get to Diamond. Hope I see a lot of you at convention. I also invited last night, and I'll remind you right now, that the prerequisite for going to my August 4th event is doing this training. All of you that have been with me, I would love to celebrate you. So it's on a Friday. Hope that works for you guys. A few of you have to work. I hate those day jobs. Let's get rid of them and do doTERRA and have tons of freedom, okay? But anyways, it's going to be 9:15 at San Pasquale Winery Tasting Room on Friday, August 4th. We're going to do kind of like a little bit of next step training and a big celebration, and have lunch and have lots of prizes and me just hugging on all of you. So sorry for the people that aren't in town, but that's when I'm coming to town, and I would love to see you. So let me know if you have any questions. Love you. Thank you for your diligence. Thank you for hanging in. I appreciate all of you. I am so privileged that you are on my team. So love you. Have a great day. Have a great weekend.